All right, just Shalom Akim.
Shalom.
This is the brother Mayum, and I got the brother Kwame here, Kwame Asharala here with me. We just waiting to see if this is going live.
Jim is Tampa Bay 12.
No, not Tampa Bay 12.
Okay, yeah, Tampa.
Okay. See if it's live yet.
Yeah, we in there.
No, click on it, see if it's live. Go to videos. Click on uploads. It's not live yet, is it? It says it's recording live. But nonetheless, we're gonna go ahead and start either way because it's on my phone. It's saying it's recording anyways. But hey, shalom to you, Akim. You know, Yahweh Shem Ashai Ba'Hashem Rachak Wadash Barakatham. First and foremost, we want to give all the praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachak Wadash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth who are diligently pushing out this truth and sincerity. All right, through the Spirit, we want to do a video on this picture that you see here on the screen. All right, I was actually watching earlier this morning the apostles live stream from this past weekend, and they were dealing with the Judahite that came up. You know, she wasn't really scoffing or nothing like that, but the apostles were dealing with her with wisdom. And as I was watching the video, you know, I was actually driving down here to Tampa to do a few things before I met up with this brother Kwame. And don't worry about it, brother. It's probably going to take a little bit to load up.
Load up?
Yeah,
that's it, right? That's the title?
Consequences of desertion? Nah.
Tell Esau, man. Let's go.
Yeah, well, I don't know what Esau got going on. But nonetheless, you know, as I was listening to the video that the apostle was doing, I so happened to look while they was dealing with this woman, and I seen that the sun was shining on the apostle Tahar, as you can see here. And the first precept that popped to mind was this, if you want to get that Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1, real quick, Bubba Kashar. All right, because this is, you know, actually get that 2 Corinthians that we pulled out a little bit ago. That the natural man
receiveth not. Oh, 2. All right, come. I got you.
Come on, get that real quick, because you get a lot of people who will see something like this, you know, and see the sun shining on the apostle, but you can't see the spiritualness in this, man. You know, go ahead and bring that out, Bubba Kashar. You got it.
Khan. Select it. That's what I think. Give me. Yeah, select it. This is First Corinthians chapter 2. It's 1 Corinthians chapter 2, verse 14. But the natural man receiveth not the things of the Spirit of the Most High, for they are foolishness unto him. Neither can he know them, because they are spiritually discerned. But he that is spiritual judgeth all things, yet he himself is judged of no man.
So the natural man, you know, they'll see this video, they'll see the screenshot that I took, and they'll be like, oh, well, that's just the sun that's shining on the apostle. But you don't see the spiritualness about this, man. Now get that Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1, because we're going to see why the apostle is shining like this, man. And this was the precept that came to mind when I first seen this. I was like, oh, shit. And I'm driving seeing this, man. And Lord willing, I'm a man of the Lord, and I was able to spot this, man. Go ahead and bring that out.
Ecclesiastes chapter 8, verse 1. Who is as the wise man, and who knoweth the interpretation of a thing? A man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, and the boldness of his face shall be changed.
Come on, man. The wisdom maketh man's wisdom maketh his face to shine, man. And look what you see here in the video, man. The apostle is shining, man. The apostle Tahar is shining. And when you go to this beginning of this video, when the apostles were out there on the highways and byways, the sun wasn't shining on the apostle like that. But then what? They dealt with that one woman who came up, and they dealt with the woman spiritually. If you have the eyes to receive that, man, you know, because when I was seeing the video, and I was seeing how the apostles were dealing with this woman, I thought to myself, man, I couldn't have seen myself dealing with a woman that came up like that, like the apostles did, man. And then what did I notice a few minutes after that? Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, the sun shining on the apostle, man.
Yeah.
Further proving to us brothers that the apostles are using that wisdom, man. The apostles have the wisdom of the scriptures, man. And they deal with all matters through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, which is this wisdom, man. Go ahead, Art.
Daniel chapter 12, verse 3.
Mm-hmm.
It says, I'm going to start verse 2 through the spirit. It says, and many of them that sleep in the dust of the earth shall awake, some to everlasting life, and some to shame and everlasting contempt. And they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament.
They that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament, man. Them that are wise, man. And you know, this is, you know, I seen this as a faith booster because we're all going to be shining in that day, man.
That's right, bro.
Here it is. The apostles have been laboring for 30 plus years, man. The apostles' heart has been laboring for 30 plus years, man. And look at this, man. The man is shining, man. The man is radiating in this picture here.
I got a precept for you. This is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 19. And incorruption maketh us near. So I'm going to start verse 18 through the spirit. It says, and love is the keeping of her laws, and giving heed unto her laws, and an assurance of incorruption. And incorruption maketh us near unto the Most High. Therefore the desire of wisdom bringeth to us a kingdom. If your delight be then in thrones and in scepters, O ye kings of the people, honor wisdom, that ye may reign forevermore. All right, you speak on that? All right, I'll read it again. I'll speak on it. Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth forth a kingdom. That's right. The desire of wisdom bringeth forth a kingdom. Why? Because wisdom dwelleth where? All right, in the tabernacle of Jacob, man. Sirach the 24th chapter. And he caused my tabernacles to rest and said, let thy resting be in Jacob. Okay? But what does that mean? The laws, statutes, commandments of Yahweh Shemel Shai. We can see that from the elders and apostles of Great Millstone. Because they are the leaders here on the planet Earth that are teaching us to be men in his truth. All right? Able to accept adversity. Able to accept afflictions. Able to accept sickness. Okay? Able to accept grief. Tribulations. Turmoils. Because these are the things that the kingdom of heaven have suffered from the beginning. Because the kingdom of heaven was always within us. We were always the covenant, man. You know? But what? Through us breaking the law, statutes, commandments, all right, we need the Yahweh Shai. Okay? And that's the importance. It says, verse 21, if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, right? In what? Revelations, the second chapter, around the 22nd verse says what? He that overcometh, all right, will I grant to sit with me in my throne? Will I grant to sit with me in the throne of my Father, man? All right? Okay, and that's a heavy scripture. Why? Because what? We're going to be just like with Yahweh Shai. We are going to be joint heirs with Yahweh Shai. Okay? Because everything that he suffered for, he did that for us. Okay? And that's what you have the man of the Lord here on the planet Earth here doing, man. All right? Suffering, all right, for a greater recompense. As it is written, your light affliction, 2 Corinthians 10 and 14. All right? Worketh for you a greater, more exceeding and great, what is that? Exceeding and great reward, man. And what is that reward? That reward is to actually be out of these chains of darkness. You know, actually living, because we ain't living in these chains of darkness, man. All right? We got to break loose. The spirit got to live.
Let me see your phone.
Okay. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna continue on too.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, do you think?
Okay.
All right, this is Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6, verse 20. Therefore, the desire of wisdom bringeth to a kingdom, and that's the elect. Amos 9:11, the house of David being resurrected. Verse 21, if your delight be then in thrones and scepters, which the elect would do because they measure the time diligently in itself. All right. It says, O ye kings of the people, right, speaking to the men of Israel. All right, according to Acts, the 5th chapter. Honor wisdom that ye may reign forevermore, right? Honor wisdom, honor the ways of Yahweh Shemi Shai, and the laws that's set up not only here on the planet Earth, but in the universe, man. Okay? Through his word. And what was the word? The word was Yahweh Shai, which was made flesh. Okay? Verse 23, verse 22. As for wisdom, what she is and how she come up, I will tell you, and the Lord has told us by the prophets, by the men of the Lord that's out there on the four corners of the earth. Because Jeremiah 28 says, he would, he would not suffer thy teachers to be moved into a corner anymore. All right. I'm sorry. Isaiah 30 and 20. Isaiah 30 and 20. And that's what you see. That's why the apostle and elders of Great Millstone have that light on them, man. Here it is. You got brothers realizing that light that's shining on them that you be like, damn, I never seen that before. But why haven't we seen that before? Because, matter of fact, let me get that precept real quick. Through the Spirit, since I spoke on that, man. Because this is a time of the prophets. We are living in the times of the prophets, man. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and read it. This is Isaiah. This is Isaiah chapter 8. Okay? This is why the glory of Yahweh Shemi Shai is shining on Elder Apostle Tahar on down. Okay? This is Isaiah chapter 8. Verse 18. I'm going to start at verse 17. I'm going to start at verse 16. Salaki. It says, bind up the testimonies, seal the law among my disciples. Seal the law of my disciples. What law? Is that talking about the carnal law, which we are able to be subject unto death because of sin? No, it's talking about the law of faith. Because Yahweh Shai, we have that recompense, man. Through Yahweh Shai, we have that reconciliation, man. Okay, the mediator, okay, between us and the Most High. All right, so not because of the law, but because of the law of Yahweh Shai, man. Okay, which is of faith. So it says, and as many among them shall stumble and fall and be broken and be snared and be taken, right? Taken, why? Because they're taken by the philosophies and democracies and the signs of here in Babylon the Great. That's why the scriptures say, old generation seeketh for a sign. Our people constantly seeking for a sign, and we're reading about the sign. We're reading about the sign, the star that was in the east in St. Matthew's, man. You know? Verse 16. Bind up the testimonies, man. Because he come in the volume of the book. Okay?
Real quick, you said you brought up the point about the stars, right? Go back to that Daniel's 12. And finish that off.
All right, this is
started at verse 3 at the top again.
Got you. This is Daniel's. This is Daniel's chapter 12, verse 3. It says, and they that be wise shall shine as the brightness of the firmament. And they that turn righteousness, and they that turn many into righteousness, as the stars forever and ever.
Come on, and have the apostles not turned many to righteousness? Have us brothers, starting from the apostles on down, have we not turned many to righteousness, man? So, hey, man, here it is. The Lord is showing us the signs, man. Here it is. We have the apostle, and his face is shining, man. Even though it's the carnal man seeing as the sun shining on the apostle, man. But hey, man, this is spiritual here, man. This is spiritual right here, man. Wisdom maketh the faces shine, man.
Only the elect can receive that.
Come on, man. And hey, guess what? All us sincere brothers that are diligently pushing on Yahweh, pushing Yahweh Shemi Shai,
you see that.
we're gonna be able to see that, man. And we can only see that. And we're going to be like that, man. It's going to come a time and point where all of us are going to be shining like that, man.
Got you.
You know, and hey, you got brothers who come up, you know, we see each other and we, man, hey, brother, man, you got shine to you today, man. Go ahead, Art.
This is 1 John chapter 3, verse 1. Behold, what manner of love the Father hath bestowed upon us, that we should be called the sons of the Most High. Therefore the world knoweth us not, because it knoweth him not. Beloved, now are we the sons of the Most High, and it doth not yet appear what we shall be, but we shall know when he shall appear, we shall be like him, for we shall see him as he is. So going back in the brother up, we're going to see Yahweh Shai just like he is. And this is why you go ahead.
Real quick, how did Moses see Yahweh Shai? He seen it as a burning bright bush, right?
Yeah,
You know, he was a bright burning bush.
Yeah. He was a fire in our heart, and we believe.
Yep.
Yep.
So that's how we gonna be, man. We gonna be like that bright burning bush, man.
Sparks among the stubble.
Yep.
Okay. That's why he said you're gonna do greater works. Because of the faith that Yahweh Shai showed when he was on the scene, the elect has that same faith and greater because of the spirit that he put on them to actually go through the things that we're going to go through, to actually suffer the things that we're going to suffer, man. But ultimately, we're going to call on the name of Yahweh Shai. He's going to redeem his elect. He's going to be with certain men out here on the planet Earth. And that's why you have the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, because they were the forerunners of this faith. They were the forerunners of men that actually been put to the test. You know, they were forerunners when all hell broke loose. All right, they were hemmed up. Okay, and they were put behind bars, man. All right, then they had to suffer the year 2000. Okay, because they gave a great, as it is written, hasten his coming. You know, why? Because what they have faith, because their faith was on trial. All right. So how much more us, the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is getting ready to magnify our faith in these times, man.
Starting with the apostles.
That's right. Starting with the apostles. That's the key word. Start, man.
And that's why stuff like this, man, is a faith booster to us, man. You know, through the Spirit, I perceive this to be a sign, man, that the Lord is getting ready to magnify His men.
Yes, bro.
You know, this isn't nothing of man worship. I'm not sitting here worshiping the apostle. Oh, look, he's shining. The apostle, no, man. I took this as a sign that the Lord is getting ready to do big things, starting with the apostles, man. Here it is, the whole video. At the beginning of the video, the apostle, the sun wasn't on the apostle.
None of that.
There was no sun. You couldn't really see the sun, and none of the bushes behind the apostle, the bricks around the apostle. While they was dealing with this woman, before she left, the apostle, the sun started to shine on the apostle. Yes. And really, you could only see it on the apostle's face. You couldn't see the sun shining on none of the bricks around him. Here in this picture, you got a glimpse where it was shining right on the apostle. But it was like a spotlight was on the apostle, man. Like the Lord put a spotlight on the apostle for him to be noticed, man.
Kind of show him that he doing right. Going back into that chariot video that he did recently. When he was like, damn, he was questioning it. But then what did Elder Apostle Ramlop say? This is your confirmation. Elder Apostle Ball did another video. Showing him that he's leading, he's doing the right thing as a leader.
That's right, man.
You know?
And here it is. You get this last week at camp, man, and the sun was shining on the apostle, man. Everything around the apostle was in shade. But the apostle was in the shine. And like the brother Quan, while we was watching the video, you know, because I brought it up to the brother. I was like, yo, did you see this? And we was watching, and the brother mentioned, he was like, hey, look, the Spirit keep bringing the apostle back to the light. Because the apostle kept moving around, trying to get away from the Judahite woman. But every time the apostle moved back, he moved right back to that wall. And then the sun was shining on him, man. And hey, man, this is a sign for great things to come, man. The Lord is getting ready to do great things with brothers, man. The Lord, get Matthew real quick. Matthew chapter 5.
I got you.
I believe verse 16.
Got you, bro. All day.
Brothers gotta put that light out there, man. Let their light shine, man. You know, the Lord gave us this spirit, the spirit of truth for a reason, man. You got that?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Real quick, if I may back you up. We are illuminated on the right hand side.
We the illuminated ones, man.
We are, bro. Because Esau Edom, he has the purest darkness on the left hand side. But guess what? The Heavenly Father has balanced it out, because it is written in the book of Proverbs that He is not the author of confusion, nor a power of unbalance or unjust weights. So what? He have balanced out the wickedness, and He have balanced out the righteousness, man. Okay, by putting the spirit on the man of the Lord, all right, to be fervent in this truth, all right, to have the spirit of zeal on him, man. All right, which will make their faith shine, because it is impossible to please the Heavenly Father without faith. You know, so through their faith, they were going to show the Lord, the Yahweh Shemel Shai, that what? They were going to stand in great boldness, and great fear fell upon them that saw them, man. And it starts with your leaders, man. That's why you have to give double honors to the elders. They are worthy. The scriptures say, muzzle not the ox, all right? For he is worthy of his treading, man. Okay?
Go ahead and get that precept.
Kind of, slow. This is St. Matthew's 5:16. It says, let your light shine. Let your light shine before men.
Read a couple verses up before that, but sure.
14, St. Matthew's 5:14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill.
Look at that, man. Ye are the light of the world, man. Who was the light of the world? The disciples, man. The apostles. And here it is, the apostles, and He got the light on them, man, shining bright.
Light.
The other apostles shining bright, man, putting up videos every week, man. Going out every weekend, man, with no excuses.
30 years plus.
No reason. No ifs, ands, or buts, man. They out there. They fellowshipping with each other. They fellowshipping with the brothers, man. They putting in the work that is necessary to do as a prophet of Yahweh Shemel Shai.
30 years plus.
And they got the light shining on them, man.
Right.
Read that again from the top, man. Read that again, Bubba Kishar.
That's right. I got you, bro. This is St. Matthew's chapter 5, verse 14. Ye are the light of the world.
Ye are the light of the world, man. We're the ones that the Lord willing, we're those men. We're the ones that the Lord has stood up to bring light to the darkness, man. Because this world is in utter darkness, man. When we read about the America being the valley of the shadow of death, the valley is a low land, man. A valley is an area that is encompassed with nothing but mountains, man. A valley barely ever sees light, man. And that is America. America is a low and dark place. The valley of the shadow of death. And we are that light that is sent forth, man. So we have to shine that light, man. We have to make our lights shine bright, man. And in turn, that wisdom that we receive is going to make us shine. Go ahead, Art.
It says, ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid.
Mm-hmm. Hey, and they when you watch those Lord of the Rings movies, they had those towers up on the top of hills, and when they were ready to go to war, I forget which one of the Lord of the Rings it was. When they was ready to go to war with Baltimore, everybody started to light that fire on the hills, and all the towers that were on top of the hills, they started all lighting their hills. Well, guess what? When one tower was lighting the fire on the top of their tower, they were lighting it because they saw the light of another tower turn on, man. Yeah. So how are we going to be warning the people if we're not lighting that light, man? If we're not shining, if we're not lighting the light, the fire that's within us. You have to shine. You have to let that light be shown, man, for you to be shining. Look at the apostle, man. The apostle been showing his light, man. And now the Lord is showing the light on him. And not just him, but the other apostles and elders, man. But go ahead, Art.
No, because he was greatly afflicted. Elder Apostle Hara was greatly afflicted, man, growing up into this truth, you know. Having men fall out under him, You know, so what? So you have a man that was going to believe that this is the truth under him, man. Follow him, you know, from the elders under him and the men, great millstone.
Okay.
And that's just the body. That's the body outside, and that's why this truth is so precious. All right, because you can easily cleave into a philosophy of somebody else. You got men that fell out, men that was fervent in the spirit that fell out and started cleaving to the doctrines of devils. All right, but you have to, when you start falling away from the elders and the men that actually paved the way for you to come into this truth,
your light starts to get dimmer and dimmer, man.
Dimmer and dimmer.
You wanna decide to go do your own thing.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna, cause hey, you might think, oh well, I'm still following the apostles, but you ain't following the order. You falling away from the apostles. You falling away from the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. Your light is gonna get dimmer and dimmer and dimmer, and we've seen it over. And the apostles have seen it over and over and over again. At the end, everybody that thought they was going to go do their own thing, guess what happened to them? They ended up doing some 20-part video on why doing lineups is lawful. Okay? Then they start doing videos on why you can have sex on the Sabbath. All right? That's what happens to niggas that want to go away from the light. They become cockroaches, man. Because cockroaches run from the light. That's what happens to niggas, man. When you want to go away from the light. When you don't let your light shine, guess what? You start to get encompassed by darkness. And you become that cockroach, man. Because then when that light gets to shining, you want to scurry away. Go ahead and finish that scripture off, Bubba Kashar.
This is St. Matthew chapter 5, verse 16. Let your light so shine before men.
Well, you started at verse 14, right?
Oh, Salak. Yeah, Salak.
Go back up, yeah.
Salak. St. Matthew 5 and 14. Ye are the light of the world. A city that is set on a hill cannot be hid. Mm-hmm. Neither do men light a candle and put it under a bushel.
That would be the dumbest thing in the world. Why are you lighting the candle if you're going to just put it away?
Yeah, that's dumb.
Why are you going to light the candle? Why are you going to try to do this work, but you just going to put it under a bushel? You're going to hide it. That's the dumbest thing in the world, man. What's the point of lighting the candle then? You just wasting energy. Go ahead.
It says, but on a candlestick and giveth light unto all that are in the house. Mm-hmm. House of David.
Exactly.
Verse 16. Let your light so shine before men that they may see your good works. Mm-hmm. And glorify your Father, which is in heaven.
And starting from the apostles, that's what we have been doing, man.
That's right.
That's what the men of the Lord, and Lord willing, again, I say this humbly, Lord willing, we are those men. Lord willing, I'm a part of that number. Lord willing, this brother here that's with me is a part of that number. And we're gonna light this. We're gonna shine our light, man, so that people can see this, man. And the apostles have been doing this for years, man. And look at this. The Lord is now making the apostles to shine, man. And soon enough, there's going to be 144 enlightened men out here, man. People are going to be looking at us like they was looking at the Lord, man. Because that's the spirit we're going to be fully embodied in the spirit of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai, man. When we get these spiritual bodies, man.
I got you. Real quick.
Okay.
This is Psalms. Back you up. This is Psalms. You can speak on this too, because that's the spirit while you're speaking about it. This is Psalms chapter 110. Just lock it. Psalms chapter 110, verse 3. And it says, thy people shall, I'm going to start at verse 2. It says, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai shall send the rod of thy strength out of Zion. Rule thou in the midst of thy enemies. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, in the beauties of thy holiness. From the womb of the morning thou hast had the dew of thy youth. You know, and what? And that's why the apostles always say we have become wiser than our teachers. Why is that? Because knowledge shall increase. So what? Blessed are those whose feet shall preach the gospel of good news, the gospel of peace, Okay, why? Because this doctrine was a baton being passed. This truth was a baton being passed from generations to generations to generations. And though it was oral, all right, now it's getting ready to be spiritual, because we couldn't keep it physical. We couldn't keep the law physical, man. That's why we needed Yahweh Shai to come down in the embodiment of the law. So that through him, we can have a scapegoat, man. So that through him, we can sacrifice to the Heavenly Father. So that through him, that when he returned, we can be with him and like him and change with him, man. Okay, because we couldn't do it. Without him, we're nothing. You know? Read that again. Psalms 110:3. Thy people shall be willing in the day of thy power, right? And the Lord said, I will be with thee unto the end. All right? And the Lord said, faint not in the day of thy adversity. So how's the Lord going to strengthen us? When people going to be coming up asking for questions, when the famine hit. And who are they going to come to? The heads out there, man. It's going to trickle all the way down. And this is why the scriptures say, as for faith, it shall flourish. Faith is going to flourish because you're going to come up, you're going to realize that all these men that you ran across in your whole life, all right, whether you work with them or whether you came across them on the four corners of the earth, whether that was your husband, whether that was your brother or whatnot, guess what? That was a man of the Lord. Yahweh Shem Shah, according to Ezekiel 33 and 33.
Yeah, get that. That's the spirit. I was just going to tell you to get that. Get that real quick. And we're going to close out on that.
All right, that's the spirit.
Yeah.
Hey, that's the spirit.
Because at the end of the day, that's what it is. That's what it's going to boil down to. At the end of the day, you people are going to realize that the men of the Lord were right. And and the way you're going to realize that is because we're going to be the ones all right, man. We're going to be shining, man. While you people are going to be living in darkness, going back to those plagues during the time of Egypt, man. While Egypt was in darkness, the Israelites were in light, man.
That's right, bro.
The Israelites were in light, man.
Bring it out.
But you Egyptians were in darkness. And who are the modern day Egyptians, man? You so-called Americans, man. You so-called Americans are the modern day Egyptians, man. And 2/3 of you niggas are in this American spirit, man. You were part of America, man.
That's right.
You were an Egyptian, man, because you were those niggas that wanted to go back to Egypt, man.
Trust in the pressure.
So guess what? The Lord gave you your answer. What the Lord say? Anything that you shall ask for in my name, that shall I do. Well, guess what? You wanted to go back to Egypt. Now the Lord put you back in Egypt in the last days, and now you're gonna suffer the plagues, man. Now you're gonna dwell in darkness, just like the Egyptians in the days of old, man. But here it is. You're going to have Israelites that are going to be in that light, man. And you're going to know it by this. Go ahead.
This is Ezekiel chapter 33, verse 33. It says, and when this, verse 32, it says, and lo, thou art unto them as a lovely song of one that have a very pleasant voice. And that pleasant voice is the prophecies out there.
Yeah,
when we out on the
scriptures.
Yeah, when we out on the four corners of the earth, Isaiah 58:1. All right, Isaiah the 13th chapter, lifting out the banner, telling you people this is the truth. This ain't about how much knowledge you got or what you have obtained. This is about speaking the words of Yahweh Shem Shai through the Spirit, according to St. Matthew 10:20. All right, and this is what people don't want to realize. All right, that the judgment of Yahweh Shem Shai is getting ready to come. All right, on the four corners of the earth. Okay, and He's going to judge the good and the evil. All right, so it says, and thou art unto them as a very lovely song. Right, damn, bro, I need to talk to you, man, when I get off of work. Boy, this shit deep. You saying some real shit. Like, damn, I need to holler at you, bro. You know? But here it is, the same man that came up against the head of our great millstone. All right, guess what? They getting ready to acknowledge that, damn, this whole time, the year 2000 was really a stumbling stone, man. A stumbling block, man. Okay? All right, because of faith. All right, and that was and that was a cornerstone of faith to show you how deep, all right, that this ministry is, man. Okay, Elder Apostle Hart had faith that America was going to be destroyed in 2000, in the year 2000. It didn't happen, but what? He hasted for that day to come. Do that mean he wasn't the man of the Lord? We do that every year by the year of destruction. You know, year of diligence. All right, so we hasten in the day of destruction. We hasten in that day, man. All right, but that man had great faith, and the Lord honored that, and that was a stumbling block. All right, to 2/3 of our people. Okay,
Go ahead and read that 33.
Come. Verse 33. And when this cometh to pass, and lo, it will come, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them.
So when these things come to pass, the things that are spoken of in the scriptures, the things that the apostles have been speaking about for the last 30 plus years, the things that that you've seen those men on the corners talking about, when those things come to pass, then that's going to be the day that you know that we was right. And in that day, you're going to see us shining, man. Get Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. You're going to see us shining, man. You're going to see a different aura around us in that day, man. Because we're going to have that hedge over us, man. All right? You're going to see that salvation of us. Because we was right. We were the ones that told you what was coming. And this is going to be your reaction. Go ahead.
Con. Wisdom of Solomon. Start from the top.
Con.
All right, Con. Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5 verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him.
And we doing that right now, man. We standing in great boldness, man, starting with the apostles on down, man. We go out on every weekend, man, and stand in the face of our oppressors, man. Stand in the face of those that afflict us, man. And 2/3 of Israel afflict us themselves as well, man. People coming up, spitting at us, throwing stuff at us, threatening us, talking shit to us, laughing at us. That's all affliction, man. Go ahead.
Con. Verse 2. It says, and made no account of his labors.
And made no account of our labors, man. These people they're not considering that we are right, man. They're not even considering that we might be right. They're just considering us as fools.
The just shall live by his faith.
Kind. But guess what? The Lord said that through the foolishness of preaching. So guess what? Good that you looking at us as fools, man. Go ahead.
Verse 2. When they see what? The vision that was set for an appointed time.
That's salvation.
That's right.
Those prophecies.
That's right.
Because our salvation is a part of the prophecies. Because we prophesying that we're going to be delivered out of this. We prophesying that the chariots are going to come up and take us up out of here, man. And when you see that, when you see us really shining in that day, because then we're going to really be shining when we get delivered. Yeah. We're going to get changed and everything.
That's starting with Elder Pastor on down.
Yep. Go ahead.
That's what we got the picture there, bro. From the head. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation.
They shall be amazed, man. The strangeness of our salvation. Because one, they're going to see us shining bright, flying into the sky, floating up into the air, man. Oh, like them animes. Oh, they're going to be hurt, man. They're going to be hurt, man. You people really going to be hurt. You're going to realize that these men that you see standing on the corners, man,
hot sun,
at the parks, in the hot sun, in the pouring rain, in the freezing weathers, you're going to realize that those men weren't just crazy just doing this because them dudes are out of their minds, man. You're going to realize that we was right. You're going to realize that we had the truth, that the Lord was dealing with us. And in that day, oh boy, get Exodus chapter 34, verse 29, Baba Kashar. Because this is how we're going to come down out of those chariots. Times 1,000. All right?
Infinite.
Because the count that the brother's about to pull up, this is how Moses came down when he got the laws. Imagine when we come out of them chariots and we got the laws within us. Go ahead.
This is Exodus chapter 34, verse 29. And it reads, and it came to pass when Moses came down from Mount Sinai with the 2 tables of testimonies in Moses' hands, when he came down from the mount, that Moses was not that the skin of his face shone. While
the skin of his face shone. Look at the skin of the face of an apostle right here, man. Shining.
Yeah, bro, that's different, bro.
Keep going.
That's different.
But it's gonna be on a whole nother level when we come down from the chariots.
Body, not as a man.
Go ahead.
It's
Keep
right.
reading.
It
One more precept.
It says that Moses was not that the skin of his face shone while he talked with him, right, the Most High. And when Aaron and all the children of Israel saw Moses, behold, the skin of his face shone, and they were afraid to come nigh him.
So how are these people going to see us when we come down from them chariots, man? They're going to be in fear. They're going to see us shining bright with wisdom oozing out of us, man. Because we're going to have them laws within us.
And us showing out, really.
And I'm not talking about niggas here in America, because by the time we come down from them chariots, they're already going to be destroyed. But the other people in this world that when we go up together, gather the rest of the 1/3 that needs to be saved. When we go up to these other countries like South America, when we go to slay those that don't want to serve Yahweh, when we come to gather the rest and put the other nations at subjection, they're going to see us come down in great glory, man. That glory is going to be what? That wisdom. We're going to be shining bright, man. Look at the way Moses came down when he came down with the laws.
The laws in a spirit. Forever.
How much more do you think we're gonna be shining bright when we come down from them chariots with them built in our DNA?
Distributed.
We're gonna be shining stupid bright, man. These people are really gonna be in fear. If the Israelites were in fear in that day of Moses when he came down from the mountain, imagine how they're going to be when they see 144,000 men shining bright coming from the skies, man. Connor, we'll close out on this one.
All right, Connor, I got something for you.
Spirit, just keep it going.
Yeah,
you know?
You can speak on this too.
Okay.
This is Daniel's chapter 2, verse 44. And it reads, "And in the days of these kings shall the God of heaven set up a kingdom which shall never be destroyed. And the kingdom shall not be left to other people, but it shall break in pieces and consume all these kingdoms, and it shall stand forever."
Connor, that's self-explanatory, man. The Israelites we gonna be set up forever, man. And we're gonna break these other nations down, man. We're gonna destroy all their kingdoms, man. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai, through that wisdom, man. Wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. We're gonna be in those days. We're gonna be stable and all right. In the times when we ruling, we're gonna be uber all right. Through that wisdom, we're gonna be shining bright. During the time of Jacob's trouble, we're gonna be shining bright.
And the scripture say, "They shall eat, all right, and ye shall mourn. They shall drink. Ye shall be athirst." What does that mean? Not only is that spiritual, but that's physical. Because the things that we're getting ready to experience around you people, we're actually getting ready to live this out, man.
That's right.
All right? And the Lord, Yahweh Shai, is going to be with a particular man. And that's the problem with you people, man. You people think that this thing is carnal. No, bro. The Lord is actually getting ready to be with particular men out here in the four corners of the earth. Their families, their women, their children, their loved ones. And that's the elect. Whether you believe that or you don't. All right, and that's starting with the head and apostles of Great Millstone, man. All right, because that's where this truth sprung from. All right, it's all about where it sprang from, man. As it is written. All right, you can do nothing without me. I am the true vine. All right, and everything the apostles have been preaching is testimonies in the truth and prophecies, and that's backed up by the volume of the book. All right, that's why he's shining like that, man.
Hey, but with that, hey, Lord willing, you brothers were edified through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, man. You know, and I just want to say, quick, this Salakia of the title seems off right now. I say consequences of desertion, I believe, is what's popping up as the live feed. I don't know how to change. Yeah, that's just an old video that I tried to put up.
That too. Bro,
yeah, but it wouldn't let me change it when I did the screen record live. So I'm gonna change it. Yeah, when it finishes uploading, I'm gonna change the title on it. But Salakia, if you're seeing this right now and you're reading the title and you're like, what the fuck? Like, here he got the video of a picture of the apostle, and it ain't nobody on there right now. It's still showing up as loading on your screen. But nonetheless, just a quick note, just wanted to say that real quick. But we want to give all the praise and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'Hashem, Rachak B'dash. Double honors to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, and much blessing and salutations to the Akim around the four corners of the earth, who are diligently pushing out His truth and His truth and sincerity. With that, we want to say Shalom.